Gamers! What is up, gamers? I'm here today talking about Grand Theft Auto 6. I have not made a video about this topic yet, and I feel like it's probably way overdue to make just this general point that I want to make. Now, everyone's talking about the leaks, everyone's seen the leaks. We all know what it is. You get on Twitter for 10 seconds and you scroll a couple times, you will probably see a full uncut 10-minute video of the leaks. It's just how it is right now, and I'm not gonna comment on the entire thing. I'm not gonna tell you where to find the leaks, but I will say I think the game looks impressive. I know that's a crazy take coming from me, the negative guy in gaming, the one who always is making these black-pilled gaming is dying type videos, but I think the game looks good. I do have a couple positive bones in my body. I think the game looks really nice. It looks like a step up from Red Dead 2, and yeah, so that's my thoughts on the general leaks. Obviously I can't show them or talk about them really in detail, but I want to make a video here where the leaks is not the point of it. The leaks, regardless of whether they happen or not, I would still think this same exact thing that I'm going to be talking about here. And it's about the fact that I think that GTA 6 is going to cause the true crash of the gaming industry, which is going to be an unprecedented sort of event. I mean, 1982 style. I think it was 82. Crash of 82. Video game crash in 1982. It might have been 1983. Video game crash in 1983. I think. I'm trying to think which one sounds right. I think it's either 82 or 83. But regardless, you know, I think that this is going to be a moment here, and I know a lot of people are going to dislike bomb this video, and that's okay, because that's a pretty good indicator of how far they watched into it, because I am not personally negative about the game itself. As I said, I think it looks good. I think it's gonna be a quality game. I think Rockstar always delivers on their main titles. I don't really think they've made a truly bad original game yet. I really do think Rockstar is a good studio, regardless of all the monetization horrible shit that they do now, paywalling everything basically. I think that Manhunt is honestly one of the most pivotal games just for me in general. I think Manhunt has such a unique, distinct style. If you ask me what my favorite Rockstar game is, it'd be Manhunt. But you know, everyone knows them for Red Dead and GTA, and it's because they're high quality games. They're good games. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking LARP and say that I think that they're all bad and I think GTA 6 is gonna be a failure. I think GTA 6 is going to be a failure for a different reason. I think that this is going to be one of the only times in the game industry where, I mean, I guess we've seen it a couple times in recent years, but where a game is so overhyped and it is so anticipated that it is a curse on the final product. I mean, we've seen this with Cyberpunk. There's a few others too. I can't really entirely think of any off the top of my head, but the main one that always comes to mind is Cyberpunk. I always think of Cyberpunk just being, you know, whether the game was good or not, and I don't really think it was because of how unplayable it was when it dropped. It's good now, but I think when it dropped, no matter how good it was, it truly just wasn't ever going to satisfy a lot of people. Probably myself included, because I got in on the hype and I was super excited for it. I thought it'd be the best game ever made. Came out and it wasn't, and I was disappointed. That's partially on me, but you can't really blame an entire group of people for falling for marketing. And I don't really know if you can blame an entire consumer base here for expecting this game, GTA 6, to be I'll just be frank here, probably the most groundbreaking, extreme sort of high quality game ever created. That is what people are expecting, and I think they'll get a very high quality game, but I think that it's going to be a moment where, when it finally comes out, after all the jokes for years, before GTA 6, we're getting this before GTA 6, all those jokes that have been they've been everywhere all the time, online, constantly. It's fucking annoying. Bot accounts post them. Everyone anticipating every single second of gameplay they can see, every trailer that drops, counting down the seconds until they can see like the next sort of piece of news about it. I think it's going to come out and there's going to be such a resounding sort of like anti-climax to it when it turns out to be a real video game and not this fairy tale, dream game that everyone wanted. Because this is not going to be a game that everyone who has hopped on the hype train is going to like. I can just tell you that right now, just based off of the early build footage. This has a very different sort of tone, I can already tell, than GTA 5, which I think is cool. I like the different style it has, but I know a lot of people aren't. And that's kind of why I say it's going to be a video game crash, because, regardless of Cyberpunk, which I think Cyberpunk, while it did have a lot of people that were interested, most of the people that were interested in it were hardcore gamers, for the most part. Because it was an RPG. It wasn't even like this action-adventure type slop. I don't know why I said slop there. That's an overused word. I apologize. But for better or for worse, it came out and it kind of was just some action-adventure slop instead of a true RPG. But we were anticipating a true RPG, and I think the people that were really excited for that and really anticipating it were hardcore gamers, way more hardcore than the people that are anticipating GTA 6, because GTA 5 is one of the most profitable pieces of media ever, and we know GTA 6 is going to be the most profitable piece of media ever, the biggest launch for any entertainment property of all time. And I just don't think that's a good thing. I think that's going to be a curse for the final product. I think it's cool, the hype. I think that it's definitely going to be a moment for gamers, definitely. But just in terms of how the game will really perform with people, I think that it's going to be a disappointment to most people. Most people that just can't temper their expectations a little bit and expect a real video game. People that are going to expect this magical, fucking fairy tale white whale of a game that's never dropped. And they're just not going to get that. I mean, it's going to just be another Grand Theft Auto game. But, you're free to disagree with me. I just think that personally it's going to cause a video game crash, and I think that we're going to see a lot of backlash, and I think we're going to see a lot of, what's the word, I guess, from now on, I guess, after the GTA 6 launches and everyone's really played it, I don't really think we're going to see a lot of video game launches that are ever going to hit this or touch this again. I don't think there's going to be a lot of enthusiasm or hype around the video game industry, for casuals at least, after this game comes out. I just think there's going to be something with it that kind of kills the vibe of the casual player for many video games after. I think it's kind of just going to be like a moment, like a before GTA 6 and after GTA 6 with the game industry. Maybe this is the thing that sort of separates, the people that are just kind of casuals and the people that are hardcore serious about gaming going forward, where only the people that are more serious about it and have more of a passion for it will be playing upcoming games. And the sort of more casual people will just stick to GTA 6 because it's just going to be kind of it's the video game release for the entire world. And, I'm not done with the video yet because I do want to bring up a few more points here, because I know, for the point I'm trying to make, I do ramble a lot, and I do these videos scriptless, obviously. I'm pretty sure anyone who watches these can tell. But I do have a point that I want to make. I do have something that I want to say consistently. And I guess the thing is, I just think that this game is going to be not a disaster for Rockstar critically. I just think that it's going to be a catalyst to a video game crash, which we're already seeing a video game crash happening, but it's not really on the scale of something like the 1982 or 83, I can't remember, crash, that basically ruined the entire industry. It's not on that level yet, but it is approaching. I mean, it feels like the perfect storm of events here. We got the Sony killing physical media thing, which I think I've already talked about in a video, but I obviously think that is awful. One of the worst announcements in gaming history for sure. You know, the entire GTA 6 pre-order debacle, it feels like even like the Halo campaign Evolve stuff, the constant remake fatigue that everyone has, it feels like, and now GTA 6, it just feels like a perfect storm of the biggest events possible to affect this industry is kind of all happening at once here. And I think GTA 6 is going to be the climax of all this, and I think we're going to really see if there's a huge crash or if people like me were just kind of like schizo doomsday preppers, whatever, and there's no issue. I guess we'll see. This video might age like wine, it might age like milk, but I guess we will see. There's a few more things I do want to talk about, so if you don't want to, if you just want to hear the GTA part, I think you can probably leave. But in terms of everything else, you know, just how's it been going with the game industry? What would really happen going forward if something like this did happen and I'm right? Well, my personal answer would be I would be completely fine. I don't really play a whole lot of modern games, as you guys know if you're a regular of the channel here. Most of the games I play are sort of older games, or even if they're not older, they've just been in my backlog for a little bit. I have a huge backlog. I'm a game collector. I have a lot of physical games, and I have a big Steam library of games that I haven't played yet. And for me, that satisfies me. That's kind of, if there were no more video games that ever released after GTA 6, which I'm obviously not saying that's going to happen, it will, I'm not that stupid, but if it really kind of discourages companies further investing in the physical media and, you know, bigger like projects and stuff moving forward, then I wouldn't really have an issue with that, just because I have such a big backlog. I'm constantly playing games that are older, or just games that I have in my list that I haven't played yet. Like, for instance, I've been playing Ready or Not with my friend, you know, Ankle Sprain, who's, you can check his channel out. He's on Kick, and he's got a YouTube. I think I linked a post of his. He's a chill guy. Been playing that with him. Been playing Risk of Rain Returns a lot as well. I know both of those are newer games, but if they came out after all this, not to say I wouldn't buy them if they looked interesting, but if they're monetized in the way that GTA 6 is, which I think a lot of video games are going to start being monetized this way after this, because it's just it's proving how effective it is, then I just wouldn't play it. And I honestly think, though, that the games that would be monetized in the way GTA 6 would be are probably going to be the majority AAA games. And speaking about AAA games, even those, you know, I just basically play the older ones, or ones that just have just been on my list for a little bit. Sorry, I had to burp. You know, the Persona games, I guess you could call them AAA, because Atlas is a AAA studio. You know, those are great. I hope they can make Persona 6 good even after all this. But we'll see. I really don't trust modern Atlas. Atlas does tend to make everything into slop, everything into just kind of these soulless franchises with not a whole lot of heart after the initial game, in my opinion. Even if the initial games are always basically masterpieces. I mean, I think Persona 5, 4, and 3, and 2 are incredible. All of them are some of my favorite games of all time. So we'll see what happens with Atlas. I don't think this is going to be like a video game apocalypse or anything. I just think that we're going to really start to see casuals probably just not engaging with games anymore after GTA 6, or just kind of being discouraged, or I just think that GTA 6 is going to be a disappointment, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Whether it takes the form of more casuals getting into gaming after GTA 6 because it was so disappointing and finding new games that are like it, or them, you know, not doing that at all and just kind of forgetting about it. We'll see what happens with it, but I guess this launch is going to be a lot different than some other highly anticipated launches that have happened in the past. Like the main ones I can think of, obviously, like I mentioned, are Cyberpunk, but the other one is a Hollow Knight Silksong, which is in this sort of a same situation as Cyberpunk, but even lesser, because Cyberpunk had at least a little bit of a mainstream audience because it was at E3 and everything, and kind of everyone saw it and thought it was impressive. Hollow Knight was a popular game for sure, but it was mostly for hardcore gamers. It wasn't really a super casualized game. And Silksong came out, and I guess that's why Silksong didn't fail, is because the people that were actually expecting it did like it, and it wasn't a game that's, they weren't making jokes about Silksong, all this before Silksong and stuff, where it feels like everyone online mentions it. Everyone online has mentioned GTA 6. It feels like it's in the constant sphere of conversation. So yeah, I don't know how much of a point I made here with this video, but long story short, I think GTA 6 is going to be probably the most impactful, well, not probably, it is going to be the most impactful video game release of all time. I think it's going to cause an industry crash, whether it goes in one direction or the other. I don't think the industry is going to ever stabilize for a long time after it comes out, at least. I think that it's either going to go into the direction of normies are completely entranced with video games after this, and they go and find everything after GTA 6, and everything is just like a corporate mess after GTA 6 comes out, and everything wants to be monetized like it. Or I think that GTA 6 could disappoint everyone, even like the normies, and they just stop engaging with video games, and there's a crash there. So either situation, in my opinion, is actually pretty negative for the normal consumer or the normal person that cares about video games like you and I. I think it's going to be just a net negative for us, to be honest, because one situation involves games becoming way more corporate, way more sterile, and just monetized to hell, being just way more greedy and taking all the negative practices that Rockstar's kind of had in this launch and putting them to the forefront until the foreseeable future. Or it means that games just aren't really a good investment anymore for a lot of these companies, and they start to die out, or at least get to a point where there's just nothing else coming out. But to be fair, the second option sounds a lot better because, like I said, old games still exist. I think that the best games are older games, to be honest. In my opinion, at least. I would recommend a lot of them here. We have some time. I'll give some recommendations out here. I would, like I said, play the Persona games, the Shin Megami Tensei games, really just the entire series. I haven't fully gotten into the Shin Megami Tensei stuff myself, but I do know it's super interesting. I've played a little bit of Nocturne, and I think it's really cool. Play those. I'd tell you maybe get into some older visual novels. I know that's a weird recommendation, but a Muv-Luv trilogy, the visual novel trilogy Muv-Luv, is the best story I've seen in a game. Really just incredible vibes and everything on there. If you're into that sort of weeb shit, I would recommend it. What's another one? I've been playing a lot of Risk Rain Returns, like I said. I made that big 7.5 hour stream compilation of it. That is truly a great game, and I do recommend it to everybody. Really just insanely fun. I can't believe how fun that game is. But yeah, I guess that's gonna be about it for me. If you guys are doing okay, comment something, talk to me. I will message back for sure. But I got college starting basically today. I mean, it's 4:30 in the morning, so it's on a Monday, so college has basically started for me. But I'm going to try to keep pumping more videos out and more streams and just having fun, trying to build the channel a little bit. But yeah, I thought I might wanted to talk about this because it's such a hot topic and just kind of give my thoughts. Not to be a doomer, again, I just kind of wanted to make a video and talk about it because I know I haven't talked about GTA 6 yet. So, yep, that's going to be about it for me, boys. Take care. Have a gamer moment. Go play your favorite game. Have a gamer moment. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.